No, we put a lot into it, and I'm excited for where the franchise is going to go in the future. There's a lot of places it could go, but just the setup and the foundation we've done in this movie, and people are now relating to the characters, and I feel like we gained a few fans back, that maybe have drifted. Like, I'm really hyped for what we can do.
Hi guys.
Hi.
The movie is so much fun. I was just the entire time on the edge of my seat, and Mirage is hilarious. I loved him.
That means a lot.
You guys were kind of playing double duty with this because you had a lot of practical effects, but then of course you had the CG aspect of it. What was that experience like?
It was interesting. It was tough. I think one, there's a level of like the actors trying to make sure they know where everything is. So it's a lot of technical stuff there. But I think we didn't want to drop the ball emotionally, so when creating the action, creating the design of that, doing things practical, we made sure that character was first, whether it's cars driving down a switchback in the Sacred Valley of Peru, or whether it's us blowing up stuff outside of Ellis Island of a museum, making sure that, even in a world of explosions and everything like that, we were connecting with the characters themselves. On a technical level, I would have to say I tried everything as best as we could to have things there on set that the actors could work off of. I just posted up something last week or on July 4th that showed Anthony and Dom running through a whole field with explosions going everywhere, but there were no robots there, but they felt them explosions. Literally, I think Anthony's jacket caught on fire while he was actually rolling on the ground, if you really pay attention. Yes. But, it gave us a certain energy on set that we would be able to probably replicate or imitate. So for us, that's what we try to do. And then with the cars themselves, like when you're dealing with a film that is a car-based movie, you want to make sure you challenge the cars, pick the right locations, and drive the hell out of them, which James pulled off. Yeah.
I think it also comes down to when there is a cohesive vision, coming from the top, then you know what to plan for. When I got involved, it's like Steven knew what the characters were. He knew where he wanted to take them. When you do that, you can plan out a sequence in a lot of detail beforehand. And that means when you get there on the day, you can say, you can't, I've seen action scenes this big with people winging them. And they don't turn out like this, because when that vision is there before and someone like Steven knows exactly where it is, you can tell the actors that's there and it's going to go from there to there and this and that's going to happen. And that really helps the actors be able to react correctly to what's going on.
I love that. And then I was so impressed with how every character, including the Transformers as cars and Transformers, felt like they had a personality. Can you talk to me about really bringing Mirage's personality out in the car chases?
Yeah, I mean, it came out of that character being established, us knowing what it was, and then that being written into the character. I mean, one thing that's fascinating for me was that personality of Mirage was there pre-Pete Davidson being cast to play the role. I mean, we shot this 2 years ago, right? So when I read it on the page, it's like it had that kind of personality. And then I go, later, because I wasn't involved in post, and to see what Pete Davidson did to it, it's like, it's that character plus more. So the fact that matched so well into that character and then just elevated it further, it's remarkable.
And in terms of the particular stunts, I think like every stunt, and he kind of tapped into this earlier, was motivated by who the character was. So if we're talking about like the New York chase sequence, he doesn't know Noah yet, right? Anthony Ramos. So when he's in a car, we're actually figuring out who he is as we're driving. So it's one of those, like, what would Mirage do in this situation? Like, he's a risk taker. You see him bursting through traffic and Noah's like, what the hell? And you get a sense like, oh, there's an adrenaline junkie underneath this. Right? That he's asking him, do something. He transforms and actually from driving backwards, drives forward. He's showboating a little bit. Like, that's his way of taking off. And then now you really see him when he transforms into like multiple Mirages, and you see Noah acting, but Noah's really, when Anthony on the day was trying to be Mirage. He was like, what will Mirage do? So like, it was that kind of question that drove the action and drove the characters. And we did the same even in the Switchback, where he was motivated to actually save Noah this time. So it was about precision and being on point. It wasn't about showboating. It was about getting to the humans. So it was all driven from like a motivation and emotional place, I would say.
The movie's great. I think the New York chase scene is probably my favorite moment in the movie.
Cool.
Thanks,
and the
appreciate it.
G.I. Joe at the end was so fantastic.
I appreciate that. No, we put a lot into it, and I'm excited for where the franchise is going to go in the future. There's a lot of places it could go, but just the setup and the foundation we've done in this movie, and people are now relating to the characters, and I feel like we gained a few fans back, that maybe have drifted. Like, I'm really hyped for what we can do.
I'm very excited to see what you do, especially like with that crossover stuff.
Yeah, no, same. Me too. No spoiler alerts, but it's pretty cool stuff.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.